So I don't know if you've seen this yet, Jordan, but this is complete dominant car right here that we're going to be winning in this year. So get ready. I'm going to change the body here in a few weeks, put my numbers on it. Oh. For this? It's next door. I'll be back, Ryan. We'll go over here, check this thing out. It's kind of in a top secret location. I haven't really told anybody about this project yet. It's sort of top secret. We've got one of 440,000. And we get to do the restoration on it. So come over and check this thing out. With 3 different engine options, you could get the 4.2 V6, 4.6 V8, or the 5.4. So fortunately, this one is ultra rare, rare color, rare body. It's got the 4.2 V6. Now in 97, Ford's main goal was to outpace Chevrolet's 4.3 liter V6 that made 200 horsepower. Ford came in at 210 horsepower and 255 pounds of torque. And here we are. Feast your eyes on this masterpiece. This right here is a one owner, original numbers matching engine. This is also a 4-speed automatic. This has got the 4R70W. It's first year for that transmission. This is an electronically shifted AODE. Fully electronic, upgraded, overdrive. This is a two-wheel drive version. In 97, if you had a two-wheel drive truck, you actually got a stamped steel lower control arm on the front end with a coil spring. If you had a four-wheel drive, you got a cast aluminum lower for more strength. So this one's got the stamped steel. I'm gonna tell you about this intake. They had a split port intake manifold that when you're just driving around, it basically ran at maximum fuel conservation. But when you got on it, it actually opened up the other port so it flowed more air. The other thing about the 4.2 in this year, they brought in a balanced internal counterbalance shaft. That's important on V6s because you don't have a lot of length on the crankshaft, so you have to put a counterbalance shaft. It was popular even with Chevrolet. The spins on ball bearings. This truck would have came standard with 16-inch wheels. You could get 17 if you had a four-wheel drive. One of the cool things about this thing is the brakes. I mean, although they are front disc and rear drum from the factory, this thing would stop 60 to 0 in 160 feet. It's not bad for a heavy pickup truck. You're also going to notice this is a flare side. This is a rare option. These are actually made out of fiberglass, lightweight.
How much reduction?
20%.
So instead of the typical fleet side like a work truck, this thing actually is a flare side. It's also got a tonneau cover, also for enhanced aerodynamics.
I'm a precision instrument of speed and aerodynamics.
Yes.
And since we're talking aerodynamics, that's another thing that came up in discussion. In 97, Ford was going from that square body truck. If you'll look here, they actually laid this windshield back over a degree. And that brought the wind coefficient drag down from 0.48 to 0.45, which increased fuel mileage. Which, in case you're wondering, is 15 in the city and 18 on the highway. So this thing was not only fuel efficient, but it was kind of a powerhouse for its day. Nobody's seen this yet, but this is that's all 205 horsepower. Remember a minute ago we were talking about that balance shaft, Jordan? This is it right here. So a lot of people never even seen one of these, but on V6s, this is, like I said, the crankshaft's so short and the way everything's set up, they use this to counterbalance the crank. So they can't get enough weight on the crankshaft or however it works to make it smooth. So they put this counterbalance shaft in here. So you'll see that on a lot of this era, and even before the V6s all had this. So it's all chain driven, runs on roller bearings in the front and the rear, but it just basically smooths everything out and kind of gives it a second place to absorb some harmonics and things like that. So all new, we're going to put a new intake manifold on it, new accessories all the way through. This is a roller cam engine. You can see that through here. It's got the roller cam, which is back then was fairly new technology. You're going to see a similar rocker arm to what would have been on a 5.0, 302 back in the day. Self-aligning, pedestal type they call it. Better put this back on so nobody comes in here trying to steal this thing. They knew how much horsepower was in that box. All right, so we're talking about transmissions. This is that 4R70W that came from Jasper. Could have bought it from a couple different people or rebuilt what we had, but the cool thing about Jasper is they offer a 3-year, 75,000-mile warranty. And that covers parts and labor, so that's why we use them a lot. They fix a lot of the issues or TSBs that are known with any of the transmission or engine stuff they build. So when you get it, most of the time all the bugs have been worked out that happened 15, 20 years ago when this stuff was new. This one's actually 25 years old, so it's actually a classic now. So